Hi everyone, it is me, the ISFP. I wanted to redo my ISFJ versus ISFP video because I sort of went on tangents and I don't think I used a lot of clarity to help people differentiate which type they may be. Now, as I said earlier, ISFPs and ISFJs, even though there's one letter difference, we are not very similar, and these types are usually not confused with each other. The only reason they might be is the behavior, the demeanor of both types are similar in that ISFPs and ISFJs tend to be very laid back type of people that don't like conflict. Although I will say ISFPs could be more confrontational when their values are challenged, but I'll get to that later. Let's start with the ISFJ. The ISFJ, you have to understand their cognitive functions. So ISFJs lead with SI dominant. That's introverted sensing. What is introverted sensing? Well, introverted sensing is where you use the past. You're comparing the past to the present. What happened before, past experiences, and connecting them to the present moment. Whereas ISFPs, who are FI dominant, are using FI, which is introverted feeling. That has more to do with their personal values and how it relates to them, and if it conflicts or doesn't conflict with their personal values. So much more about how does this make me feel, whereas ISFJs are all about how does this align with the past and present, and how can I use this to make decisions that are best. So ISFJs also, their second function is FE, and FE, that's the people pleaser function. They love to do stuff for other people. They're very motivated to help others and do things for other people. That's what makes them happy. Well, ISFPs, unfortunately, they're not quite that way. In fact, they can be actually rather selfish. They're FI dom, so it's all about what's in it for me, how does this make me feel. They're very more into doing things for themselves. The ISFJ will align their values mainly with the group. Mainly, they'll look for other people and connect to them sort of in a sort of vicarious way, and look to others for their strength and their attitudes towards things, and they want harmonious relationships, whereas ISFPs are all about their internal values, sort of lone wolves in a way, because they're not about the group, they're more about how they feel about things. So that's just the very basic way to differentiate the two types, is look at their lead functions. How do you make decisions? Do you make decisions comparing and contrasting the past to the present, or do you make decisions primarily based on your personal value system? Now for me, I know I'm FI Dom because that's how I do it. It's not that ISFPs never look back. In fact, ISFPs can have very detailed, vivid memories, but that's not their worldview. That's not how they make decisions in life. That's not how they navigate through the world. So the problem with being FI Dom 2 is that ISFPs, like in the workplace, they can get if they feel they're stagnated, they might just up and quit because they feel like they need to move forward in the flow of things. But ISFJs may probably never do that because they're thinking more about security, stability, duty. They're very much into duty and honor, and I really admire that in them because they're very much like, think of knights, knights and ladies fair, and soldiers in battle, and standing up for that. Although the FI Dom, with their virtues, their virtue system, their integrity could be that way too, but the ISFJ is thought of as the nurturer and the defender, whereas the ISFP, the go with the flow, is more of the adventurous type, more adventure. And by the way, no one is 100% their type, so just because you might be adventurous does not mean you couldn't be an ISFJ. Think about how you are most of the time. How are you looking back? Are you always thinking about structure, order? Because ISFJs are very good at responsibility and structuring their outer world. And as ISFPs, while we value the aesthetics and beauty of a structured world, we have to be in the mood to do that ourselves. Like if I want to, every now and then I rearrange my room, but I have to be in the mood to do it. I have to be in the mood to clean the basement. ISFJs will just do it because they're naturally always thinking about organizing things and making sure that things are the way they should be. So both types love beauty. Both types appreciate beauty, but they come to it in a different way. Now, an ironic twist, ISFJs and INFPs are actually more alike because they both share two of the same cognitive functions. With ISFJ, you got your SI, FE, TI, introverted thinking, and then last you have your extroverted intuition. But with INFPs, you have your extroverted intuition and also your SI and your third slot. So they actually are more alike than ISFJs and ISFPs. That one letter difference, the perceiving versus judging, is only part of the picture. We use the letter codes as the code. The letters are the codes for the types. So a lot of people get stuck on, introverted sensing, feeler, perceiver, introverted sensing, feeler, judger. Oh, how different can they be? Well, it's all about the cognitive functions. Now, every person alive has 8 cognitive functions. This is based on Carl Jung's theory. But when we look at the cognitive functions, we're thinking about your 4 dominant and your 4 unconscious functions. So that's how you really navigate through that. It's SI versus FI. Which one are you? I hope that helps everyone solve a little piece of the puzzle. If you're not sure, maybe go to a typologist. Not all of them are good, but they might help you, point you in the right direction. And think about how you are most of the time without analyzing yourself, without overthinking. What do you feel more comfortable doing? That's how you know. So thank you all for watching. Go to my website at meetskeletonsplace.com. And remember, folks, say a prayer for someone special today. Bye.